Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a password generator in C++. And I'll be using Visual Studio, but you can use whatever environment you like. So I've already created a new project here and added a source code file. So I'm just going to start coding here. To do this, we're going to make an array with a bunch of different characters, and we're going to randomize those characters and output them to a file. And we're going to have some user input as well. The user will be able to enter the number of digits in the password. So let's just get started. We're going to obviously need the IO stream and the F stream because we're going to be getting user input, and we're also going to be outputting something to a file. So let's just type in here include IO stream, and include F stream. Alright, and we're going to be using the standard namespace, so using namespace std, and then this is our main function here, int main. Nice. Alright, and let's put a return 0 down here so we can complete this. Okay, so let's first of all, we're going to need a variable to hold all our characters, and we're going to use a character array. So char or char, however you want to say it, characters, and that's an array. So indicate that with the brackets, and that equals. And we're going to need to do put parentheses there, or sorry, put quotes there, and then inside that we're going to need to put all the characters that we want to use for our password. Now, I think I'm just going to use all the letters and numbers on the keyboard. You can use symbols as well, but I find it a lot easier to remember my passwords when they don't have the symbols in them. So let me just type in all these characters here, and I'm just going to go through my keyboard. Sorry, I have a mechanical keyboard, so I can kind of fat figure them sometimes. And let's do capitalized letters too. So let's go through those. Looks good. Now let's do some numbers. So let's just do the 10 standard digits. Oopsies. Just say we're not going to use characters. My bad. Alright, good. And then let's include a space in that too, so that we can not have an entire just straight string. We can have some spaces in between our words too. All right, so that's that, and we're going to need to make a string variable to hold our final password. And it looks like I forgot to import the string thing, so let's do that. String module, good. All right, and we're also going to need a variable to hold the length of our string that we're going to get from the user. Let's just call that length for now. And now would be a good time to open the file that we're going to be writing the final password to. So we're going to call an output file stream, and we're going to call it out underscore file. So output file stream out underscore file. And we're going to open the file, so out underscore file dot open. And what are we going to call this file? Let's just call it password.txt, and that looks good. All right, so after that, we're going to need to prompt the user to input the length of this password. So let's put a prompt in here. So cout enter the number of digits for your password. And we're going to end the line after that. All right. Now we're going to need to get the input from the user for that length. So cin length. So just defining length as whatever the user enters after this line up here. All right. Now to populate our random string of characters that's going to be our password, we're going to need to use a for loop. So let's go down here. For I'm just going to start a loop here, and then I'll explain what I'm doing in a second. Start at 1, it's less than or equal to length, plus plus. Oopsies. Alright, and we're going to need to make a random number, and we're going to use that random number inside as an index inside this array, and it's going to call one of these digits at random. And then we're going to put that digit, whatever it is, at the end of our password, and we're just going to keep going for as long as I is less than length, so we'll get the exact length of our intended password. Okay, and so we're going to use the rand function, and actually we need a variable to hold our random number. It's going to be an integer. It's called rnum. So rnum equals rand, and that's the function for random numbers, rand. And rand, that's going to compute, or that's going to generate some very a range of big numbers. So a very large range of numbers is rand's going to use. So we need to tone it down a little bit, decrease the range. To do that, we're going to use the modulus operator, but first we need to know how many digits are in here, so we use exactly the amount we need. So what is it? There's 26 letters in the alphabet, and times 2 because there's capitals as well, so that's 52 total. Plus the digits, that's 62, plus the space, that's 63. So there are 63 total characters in our password range. So we're going to use the percent symbol for the modulus operator. 63, and since the index starts at 0, we're going to have to add 1. Now, this modulus operator, it just outputs the remainder. So this random number, it's going to be very big, but it's going to output the remainder when you divide by 63, and then you're going to add 1 to it. So this is going to get a random number between 1 and 63 inclusive. So that's how you do that. So actually, and we're going to need to seed our random number, because if we don't, it's just going to give us the same number each time. So let's seed our random number, and it's good to use, I like using the time to seed the random number, the current time, because it's constantly changing, and it's kind of random when you run this program, so it's a good thing to use. So time, and since there's no arguments inside the time, we're just going to put null right there, and we need to import time, looks like, because we don't have that up here. So include, and it's actually ctime. Okay, so it should go away. Yep, it does. And so we just seeded the random number with the time function, so this should work perfectly. Also, we are going to need to output this to our file, each character at a time. So out file, what do I call that? Oh yeah, characters, double braces, and inside we're going to put rnum. So we're going to use the rnum. So we're going to use the random number as the index in this array to call a random character and put it at the end of the password. So that's about it, actually. Let me just put a little prompt here that says we're done, and that everything worked right. Done. It's a new line. All right, that looks good. That should work, I think. So let's run that. Hopefully, we don't have any errors. I think Visual Studio usually catches it before. Yep. All right, so enter the number of digits for your password. Let's just try 6-digit password. Done. Okay, so I have the file over here, right here. So the password generator, if you're using Visual Studio, the file is going to be in the same folder as the source code is. So right here, password.txt, you see, and look, there you go. There's a 6-digit password of random characters, and you know that works. We can do is a big number if you want to. In case you want to make it really secure, we can make a 1,000-digit password. I don't know why you need to, but in case you did, you can. There it is. Whoa. That's pretty weird, actually. What the heck is going? It just is that Chinese? That is weird. Okay, so I guess you can't make a 1,000-digit password, but why would you need to anyways? It works for small numbers, so that's all you need to do. Let's try another. Let's try another time. 12 digits, 12-digit password, and hopefully it's not in Chinese. That would be annoying. Okay, it's not. And notice it included a space here. And if you want to use spaces more often, what you can do is you can add a couple more spaces here. So let's add 5 more spaces. Just make sure down here you change this number to 5 more than you, or however many more spaces you used. So I added 5 spaces, so it's going to become 68. So if we run this again, we should at least have a couple spaces, I would imagine. So let's try a 20-digit password. Done. I exited out of that window. I wonder why that was dumb. Okay, let's just go back to our projects. And right here. Yeah, so that's 20 digits. And notice it actually has 3 spaces out front, or 2 spaces out front. No, it just says 1 space out front. Just looks like it, and then has 2 spaces right there. So that's the way you can do it if you want to add more spaces. And yeah, that's about it. That's how you make a random password generator in C++.